A leaf trembles when the wind moves, not because it chooses to, but because it has no anchor. Human beings tremble the same way, pushed, pulled, and shaped by unseen winds, of words, glances, judgments, and illusions. Yet within each of us lies a hidden power, a sanctuary deeper than noise, a mind undisturbed by chaos, a soul untouched by insult. Zen and Buddhist teachings do not promise a life without problems. They offer something even greater, a life where problems lose the power to disturb. As a mountain is unmoved by the wind, so is the wise one unmoved by praise or blame. The Dhammapada. This is not just poetry, it's a map. And the destination? Peace that no one can steal. This story reveals the journey to that peace. Not a fantasy, but a quiet revolution within. These are the steps that, once taken, make the world's noise sound distant and harmless. Walk them, and nobody, nothing will affect you again. Do these and see the stone on the path. A traveler once walked the same trail every day through a thick forest. One morning, a stone appeared on the path. He stumbled and cursed. The next day, the stone remained. He cursed louder. The third day, the same. The fourth day, the stone was gone, but his mind was still agitated. The stone no longer blocked the path, but it had already entered his heart. This is how most people live, tortured not by the moment, but by its memory. An insult thrown in anger becomes a poison carried for decades. A betrayal from a loved one becomes a ghost that whispers even in silence. These are the stones of life. They appear without warning. To be disturbed is human, but to remain disturbed is a choice. The mirror that reflects nothing. A disciple approached the master and said, "They insult me. They lie about me. They try to destroy me. How do I remain calm?" The master replied, "Bring me a mirror that reflects nothing." The disciple looked confused. "That's not possible," he said. The master smiled. "Exactly. The mirror always reflects what appears before it. But the awakened mind reflects nothing. It simply sees. It does not take in. This is the secret. Nothing outside enters unless invited. The words of others knock. The mind opens the door. Fear, judgment, insecurity. These open the door. Peace closes it. Burn the script. A monk carried a thick scroll tied with red string. He read it daily, worried constantly, acted nervously. Another monk asked, "What is this?" He replied, "This is what I believe others expect of me. I must be strong, kind, wise, respected. I must never fail." The other monk asked, "What happens if you lose it?" He froze. "Then I am nothing." The other monk smiled and threw it into the fire. People suffer because they live by invisible scripts, written by fear, culture, family, and illusion. You must be liked. You must be important. You must win. These scripts become prisons, and when others challenge them by insulting, ignoring, or rejecting, you crumble. The empty teacup. A young student visited a teacher seeking wisdom. As the teacher poured tea, the cup overflowed. The student exclaimed, "It's full." The teacher replied, "Oh, exactly. So is your mind. I cannot fill what is already overflowing." Many carry a mind full of opinions, pain, trauma, fears, judgments. When someone says a word, it touches all the stored wounds, and the reaction is instant. If the cup is empty, nothing spills, but if it's full, even a drop causes chaos. Silence has no opponent. One day, a crowd gathered around a silent man. A heckler insulted him, mocked him, tried to provoke him. The silent man remained still. Someone asked, "Why don't you respond?" He replied, "You only fight when you believe the other has power. I see nothing to fight." The room with no door. Imagine a room with no door. No one can enter, nothing can exit. Total isolation. Now imagine another room with open windows, wide light, and clear space. Everything flows through, but nothing lingers. Which one holds more peace? The death of the self that suffers. What is this you that gets hurt? Is it the body? The name? The story? Strip these away, and what remains? Pure awareness that cannot be insulted, that cannot be abandoned, that cannot be broken. Suffering comes from identifying with the temporary. People affect because identity clings to them. They left me, they disrespected me, but the me is just a costume worn in a dream. Wake up, and even betrayal becomes a passing cloud. The Buddha called this the realization of an ATA, no self. It's not nihilism, it's liberation. When identification with ego drops, the chain of reactivity breaks. Others cannot affect what is not personal. They can throw words, but the silence inside remains untouched. The end of ego is the birth of invincibility. The 5 daily practices that make you untouchable. 1. Morning stillness. Begin each day in silence. Sit, breathe, watch the mind, empty the cup. 2. Non-reaction. Training when disturbed, pause, count to 10, breathe, smile inwardly. 3. Compassion. Meditation. Visualize those who hurt you, wish them peace, set yourself free. 4. Mental cleanse. Each night, review the day. Where did disturbance enter? Why? Release it. 5. Inner dialogue mastery. Replace. They did this to me with, this is a lesson about me. Do these daily without skipping. Watch how life changes. Watch how the world loses its grip on you. The end of all wars. One final story. A monk walked through a burning city. Fires raged, people screamed, yet his face remained calm. Someone shouted, "How can you be at peace while the world burns?" He replied, "Because I no longer burn inside, or this is the destination. No matter what others say, no matter who leaves, no matter what crumbles, you do not burn. The world can go mad, you remain sane. The world can betray, you remain kind. Not because you're numb, but because you're free. Power through peace. Nobody and nothing will affect you again. Do these and see. Stop clinging to identity. Stop needing approval. Empty the cup. Burn the script. Stay silent inside. Practice daily. Build your inner temple. Let the self that suffers dissolve. This is not theory. This is the way. Follow it, and peace will not visit you. It will live in you. Now walk, watch. Do not chase peace. Become it. Then let the world try. Nothing will touch you again. 1. Peace is not a gift. It is a skill. Most people seek peace the way a beggar seeks coins, hoping someone will give it. But true peace is not something handed over. It is cultivated, shaped, practiced, like a martial art of the soul. When insult comes, when abandonment strikes, the untrained mind reacts. But the trained mind observes. This difference changes everything. Ask yourself, have I trained my mind to be strong, or have I trained it to be fragile? If peace shatters each time a person changes tone, each time someone pulls away, then it was not peace. It was dependency wearing a calm face. Train the mind, and the soul stops begging. 2. Reaction is weakness dressed as strength. In the world, reacting quickly is often seen as power, speaking back, getting revenge, showing emotion. But Zen sees it differently. Reaction is not strength. It is surrender to the external. The truly powerful remain inwardly calm, not because they are cold, but because they are clear. Begin to notice the moments when emotion pulls you like a wave. Ask, what am I serving right now, my ego or my awareness? When the fire rises, choose stillness, let it pass. The moment you stop feeding your emotions, they lose their power. That is real strength. 3. You are not what happens to you. People say, they ruined me. That incident broke me. But Zen sees the person not as a product of what happens, but as the space in which it happens. Storms may pass through the sky, but the sky remains untouched. The same is true for the soul that awakens. Sit quietly and reflect on this. What have I internalized that was never truly mine? Whose words live inside me, echoing still? See them, name them, release them. You are not what people said. You are not how they treated you. You are the awareness witnessing it all. 4. The real enemy is not the world, it is inner noise. When there is no stillness within, even silence outside will feel loud. People look for quiet in nature, in rooms, in distance. But Zen points the gaze inward. True silence is when thoughts no longer chase, when emotions no longer bite. The noise outside cannot disturb what is still. Music, inside, turn inward and ask, what voice in me speaks when I am hurt? Is it the voice of old wounds, childhood pain, rejected love, insecurity? Know this. You do not have to obey every voice in your head. Observe it. Let it go. Be the silence beneath the sound. 5. Emotional freedom is the highest luxury. Jewels, homes, fame, these can all be taken. But a calm heart, a non-reactive mind, and that is wealth beyond measure. When others lose control, you remain centered. When others speak of you, you no longer listen to defend, but to understand. This is emotional freedom. Write down every person, situation, or memory that still affects you. Ask yourself, what do I still want from them? Approval? Closure? Revenge? Now ask, what if I want nothing? That is when you're free. That is when they lose all power over you. 6. Forgiveness is not for them. It's for your freedom. People think forgiveness means approving what was done. Number forgiveness in Zen means removing the hook from your own heart. Carrying hate is like drinking poison, hoping the other will fall. Forgiveness breaks the chain. It is the act of saying, you cannot disturb me anymore. Who lives in your mind rent-free? Who do you keep revisiting in your thoughts with anger or sorrow? Visualize them. Breathe. Whisper, I release you. Not because you deserve it, but because I do. This is not weakness. This is choosing peace over pain. 7. The mind that clings suffers. The mind that flows. Music glows. Suffering begins when you say, this must not happen. Peace begins when you say, this is happening, and I can remain still. Acceptance is not surrender to fate. It is a warrior's discipline. It says, I will not be broken by this. I will let it pass. Look at the last 5 things that disturbed your peace. Ask, what was I clinging to in that moment? Maybe an expectation, maybe a title, maybe a relationship. Identify the attachment, then work gently, daily, to loosen its grip. Flow with life. Do not fight. 8. You do not need closure. You need understanding. Many wait for apologies that never come. Others wait for closure from those who walked away. Zen teaches closure is internal. No one needs to explain why they hurt you. You only need to understand why it hurt. That clarity is your closure. Write a letter to someone who never gave you closure. Don't send it, just write. Say everything, then burn it. Release it. The lesson was never for them, it was for you. Peace returns when understanding replaces longing. 9. Stillness is not emptiness. It is power contained. Stillness often gets misunderstood as passivity, but true stillness is charged with awareness. It is the eye of the storm, where motion and madness spin, but the center remains unshaken. The still person sees more, feels deeper, responds wiser. Practice stillness not just physically but mentally. Sit and do nothing. Not even meditate with effort. Just be. Let the waves rise, let them fall. See how you become the observer, not the victim. Power lives in that observation. 10. To be untouchable, be nobody. The more roles you play, the good one, the successful one, the loved one, the easier you are to hurt. People pull these strings. Zen says, drop the mask, be nobody. Then no one can use it against you. Then peace becomes your skin. Ask, who do I think I must be to be safe? Now ask, who am I without that role? Let that version of you breathe. It's freer. It laughs more. It forgives easily. It doesn't get wounded by shadows. Be that one. You are the sky, not the storm. You are not your emotions, not your thoughts, not your name. You are the awareness behind all of it. When this is realized, not just intellectually but deeply, freedom floods the soul. No insult can touch awareness. No betrayal can damage presence. No chaos can disturb the sky. When that becomes your truth, the world loses its grip. People lose the power to control your peace. You stop reacting. You start living. Now do this daily and watch the change. Breathe when disturbed. Pause before reacting. Smile inwardly when tested. See every trigger as a teacher. Release every memory that bites. Walk without carrying others' voices. Sit in stillness until stillness sits in you. You will become different. Not cold, not distant, just free. Free when a way the world can no longer touch. This is the silent victory of Zen, the quiet triumph of the soul. When no one and nothing can shake your peace, that is true freedom. Thank you for watching. I hope this video brought you clarity and calm. If it resonated with you, don't forget to subscribe and tap the notification bell so you never miss a moment of insight and peace. Have something on your mind? Leave a comment below. I'd love to hear what you'd like to explore next. Until then, stay grounded, stay peaceful, and I'll see you in the next video.